Welcome to another episode of Save the Day, Scotty. That's right, Save the Day, Scotty. So, I have a friend of mine that handed me this JVC compact disc player changer. It's a 5 CD changer, and it's been sitting for quite some time unused. As you can see, it's extremely dirty. He's saying that the door or the drawer does not open anymore. So I think what we're going to do to start with, so I'm just going to give this some simple green just to wipe this down. And let the unit know that we care about it. So maybe she'll wake up and say, "Oh, somebody's cleaning me. Maybe I should think about working." So give a little more here. As you know, on my channel, I love simple green. It's gentle, yet very effective. So, I can already tell why it doesn't open, because there's a CD in there stuck. So here's the unit here, JVC XL-F115 compact disc automatic changer. The front face needs a good cleaning too, but I have a feeling we're going to be in trouble here. I think I'm just going to have to remove the cover straight off, because that drawer is not going to open. The way that it is, with a CD floating around in there, so most of these units, 4 screws on the sides, 2 on each side. And most of the time in the back here as well. I'm not even going to bother plugging this in and trying that drawer, because there's no way that's going to open with a CD floating around in there. And if we do try it and the CD is loose in there, most likely it's going to damage something else. So we don't want to do that. Spin this around. 2 screws in the back. And these are different. Screws in the back are different than the ones on the sides. Now I want to say, I've been in quite a few electronic cases in my life, and some of these are easy, and some of these are a huge pain in the ass. So some of them hook under this front cover here, and they are very difficult to get off unless you do some, juggling 3 balls while standing on your head and reciting poetry. And this is going to be, oh, there we go. Sometimes they just slide back first, but that is not this one. This is hooked into the front face here. It's just a matter of getting the right movement. Yeah, this is going to be one of these. I'm not going to stop recording. I want to let you watch me struggle with this, because these are horrible, some of them. There it goes. Okay. Well, would you look at that? We have CD over here, loose. And we have a CD that is basically stuck into the spindle. So I don't know if I can advance this by hand. It doesn't look like I can. So what I'm going to try to do is, it's jammed under the arm of the spindle, and we have to be careful here. Okay. Now let's plug it in and see what we get. Again, you know how I work it here, double circuit breaker. When I say double circuit breaker, I mean I have a circuit breaker in the power strip as well as on the main breaker panel. So plugged in, we have a standby light. Let's see if the drawer will open. Let's power it on. We have power and the drawer does not want to open. Oh, there's something else going wrong here. Let's power that off. I think the spindle, part of the spindle is stuck on the carousel. And boy, I don't know, man, that's really jammed in there. I don't know if I can help this unit or not now because maybe certainly does not want me to rotate that. That's jammed in there really hard. Oh, there it goes. Oh, God. Oh, God, there it goes. Okay. I did not like doing that. But now you can see we have the spindle in line with one of the sections of the carousel. Let's try power again. Okay, power's on. Doesn't want to do anything. Let's try... Do we have an eject? Why don't I see an eject? Oh, here it is. Oh my God, look at that. Okay, it closed automatically and shut off, and I'm not sure why. Let's try it again. Okay, now it's scanning for CDs. That's probably a good sign. Once it finds there's no CDs, it says no disc on the panel, on the front panel. Okay, now let's try to open. Does it not want to open now at all? Man, I got a feeling this thing was so jammed up that it may never be right ever again. It does not want to open the drawer now. I don't know, man. Oh, it's still dragging on something. And it's trying to play the CD. It says no. Oh, there goes the... Is it going to close on me this time, or is it going to stay open? It's going to stay open. Well, we have another problem. That is the part that that's on the underneath of the spindle that comes down onto the CD to play it. Let me get my glasses and see if that looks broken or not. No, that does not look broken. Okay, so the question is, does this piece go on the arm on the top of the spindle, or does it go on the bottom? Let me show you what I'm looking at here. So this is the piece that holds the CD in place while it's spinning by its center. And this, I believe, is the motor that spins the CD. I have a funny feeling that this part I think that is supposed to be on the motor. That's also magnetic. Look at that. Let me put you back up here for a second. I'm going to see if I can look at this a little closer. Let's get some light in here. Oh boy, I don't think that piece goes on the top. I think it goes underneath. It certainly doesn't look broken. It just looks like it came off. Let me try to put this on here. I find it kind of hilarious that the thing is just pressed on there. Well, let me try to put it on the other side. Again, I'll show you what I'm doing here. I just tried to put that piece on the motor side, and it does fit on that shaft, but it fits rather tightly. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to see if that part will fit on the other side. Flip this upside down. No, that doesn't work like that, because the CD needs something to ride on. Boy, that seems... And you know, there's also a good chance, since this piece was loose in there, that there's another piece missing and it's fallen down inside of here somewhere. And even if I was to put this on the motor shaft, how far do I put it on there? And this whole unit floats around, so I don't want to put a lot of pressure on that. Well, let's try to put it on the motor shaft, because that's the only thing that makes sense to me right now. I don't understand how that could have actually come off of there, honestly. But to me, it just makes sense that that goes on there. And is that how far it goes? Oh no, I think that motor shaft is bent. I don't think this thing is going to work. It appears that the motor shaft is bent, and honestly, I don't know how far to put that on there. So let's let me get you a better view here. Let's put a CD in here. This ought to be interesting. Getting ready to pull the plug. Okay, well, that's not doing anything because that bottom section is supposed to raise up and grab the CD against this part, and it did not do it. Will you eject? What if I hit play? Disc 2, play. No, it's stuck now. Now it's not doing anything. I got a feeling that that my buddy is just out of luck on this one because things got jammed up so hard. Yep, now it's not doing anything. So let's unplug it. Plug it back in and reset. Standby. Power. Something is dragging. No. It knows there's a CD in that spot, but it's not lifting the bottom mechanism up to grab the CD to spin it. Okay, I got some more diagnosis to do here. Let me give this another look at and see if we can figure it out. I'll be back. The problem is that shaft for the motor is so bent, you can see, and I don't know if I can bend it back. I'm probably gonna give it a shot, but you can see how wobbly that is. I'm gonna try to bend it, but I don't know what's gonna happen. It's probably just gonna break. I mean, the motor is held in there. It's all plastic. But I did get this to work. Let's see if I can demonstrate that. Well, now it doesn't want. Now it doesn't want to work. I hit stop. Ooh, I mean, it wants to. I got a feeling that part of this has to do with the spindle motor, the spindle shaft being bent. And it's not making happy noises either. You know, and even if I was to get that shaft straightened out, oh, there it goes. See, now it wants to read. Now it doesn't want to read. Okay, evidently it thinks there's a disc in there. That doesn't make any sense. Now it's froze up again. Alright. I think maybe what's happening is that shaft is so bent that it just won't spin the disc when it even tries to. So I'm going to try to bend that shaft. I'll be back. This is probably not going to be a good result, but I mean, honestly, this thing's not in very good shape anyway, and those CDs being jammed up in there, it must have got moved while the CDs were in place, which is a no-no, folks. Don't move these things with the CDs in there, because you saw what happened. One got jammed up in there and bent that shaft. So whenever you go to move these, please eject all the CDs out of them. Alright, I'll be back. Oh, save the day Scotty back here with this CD player. I didn't like doing it, but I didn't have a choice. I had to go in with some needle nose pliers and try to straighten this out. And you know what? It's pretty good, but I still got a little bit to go. But you know what? Before I do that, I want to try this again and see if it's even going to try to read the CD. So, let's put a CD in it. Plug it in. I don't like brute forcing things like that, but brute force is what messed it up. So brute force is hopefully what's going to fix it. See if she even bothers to try to read the CD. It just skipped right by it. Come on, baby. No? You don't want to play? God. It knows there's a disc in there. Come on, try to read it at least. It's just making a horrible noise. Come on. Please lift up and try at least. No, you're not gonna. Even if I was to get this thing to read a CD, I don't think there's any way it's going to be consistent. And it's still dragging on something. Oh. No, no. And back to making horrible noises. That's nice. And now it won't let me do anything. It's froze up again. No, not that one. Why are you trying to read that one? Oh, no. Let's give this a quick look. No, it's really not that bad, that bent. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to leave the power on this time because you know what? It probably doesn't matter. Got my glasses. That's right, folks. Brute force. I don't like doing it, but... And you know, when you get these things close, it's hard to tell which way left. You know, you have a little bit left. And it's hard to tell which way is, okay, I'm good to go, and then I'm too far. Still got a little bit of a wobble to it. It's very hard to tell when you get close which direction. Okay. You actually have to go to finish the tweaking. I might not ever get this right. You know, CD players are actually a little bit forgiving, so it should still work even if it has a little bit of a wobble to it. This one just going to choose to be stubborn. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if we made any progress. I doubt it. Yeah, no, it's making just horrible noises. I don't think I'm going to be able to fix this. I think it's just too far gone. Things got jammed up in there really hard. Mechanism comes up, doesn't even try to read the CD. And it thinks there's a CD there, but of course there isn't. And now it's froze up again. Oh, wait a minute. I mean, for all I know, like I said, there's a piece missing and it's just stuck. It's still got a little bit of a wobble to it. Oh man, I don't think I'm going to be able to fix this. I mean, it's damn close. I can say that. It's damn close. As far as the wobble. And it's not even going to try. Please try to read it, at least. Not even going to try. Unfortunately, I think we're out of luck on that one, and it thinks there's a CD in here, which, of course, there isn't. Well, let's put the CD in a different spot. I'll tell you what. Let's put the CD in. Whoop. Let's put the CD in a spot where it thinks there's a CD. And now bad noises. Yeah, play. Do something. Play it. It says no disc. I have a funny feeling as well that when things got jammed up in there, that it also messed with the eye. And if that eye becomes out of alignment at all, and I do mean at all, it's not gonna do anything. Even if I was to fix the mechanism and get it to read properly, if that eye is messed up, let me have a look. I mean, the eye is floating in there like it's supposed to. The laser in there in these units have a tendency to float around back and forth, up and down. So if they're freely floating when you kind of give it a little bit of a flick, it should be fine. I'll tell you what. Let's try cleaning the eye. Give me a second. I don't think there's a chance that this is going to help at all, but give you a little Scotty tip when you're cleaning these while we're at it here. Cleaning these laser eyes and CD players. Get your rubbing alcohol. Again, 91% or better. No skin additives. Okay, no aloe vera, no nothing. Wet the end of your Q-tip. Rub it on the side of your hand a little bit to make sure it's not too wet and dripping. And get in here and very gently clean that eye. Again, the eye is floating and bouncing around inside of its own mechanism, inside of its own housing. So if you force it too much, you're going to break it or you're going to put it out of alignment. Take the dry end of the Q-tip. Okay, and dry it off. Now what happens? It's still dragging on something while it's spinning around, by the way, and making a horrible noise. Well, I'm just going to say right now, folks, I'm going to run my... No, I'm going to run my channel like this. Not everything is a success. I'm going to film the failures as well and show you. God, I wish I would at least try. Play. Do something. Yeah, it says no disc. It doesn't even know there's a disc in there. And you know, it's not wobbling that awfully bad. But for being as jammed up and messed up as it was, I'm kind of not surprised that this is happening. Now it's jammed and it won't let me do anything. Won't let me open the drawer. Oh, wait a minute. Open. Come on. Put the CD down. Open the drawer. Come on. No, don't do that. And it's just making more horrible noises. So, play, stop. Jeez. Just goes right by. Nope, it's dumb. It sounds like it wants to spin it now. Yep. Now it's doing something different. Play. Will you play? No, no disc. All right. I mean, I'm going to mess around with this a little bit more, but I have a feeling that the way that things were so heavily jammed up in there, that there's going to be no hope for this unit. And as I said a minute ago, on my channel, I'm going to film the failures as well as the successes. So there's no reason for me to fake it. So, is this tracking? So there's a couple of gears in here and a separate motor that tracks the laser eye. Maybe if I exercise that a little bit. Tell you what. let's put a drop of oil in that motor. Just for the hell of it. I don't think it's going to help. But you know what? It's so bad right now. I don't think it's going to hurt. So I'm going to put a little drop of oil where that motor is. Oh, actually, you know what? That was a lot stiffer. That was a lot harder to spin before I put the oil in. All right, well, let's put a drop of oil where the rail is, where the tracks go. And on this side, there's a post that the mech rides on. Give that a little back and forth. I don't see any extra parts. I mean, I don't see any parts like hanging out in there doing nothing, so. Oh, now it's jammed up again. I wonder what that's dragging on. Oh my God. No. I mean, honestly, I could mess with this thing for a while. And I think we're going to have the same result. It doesn't even want to try. No. Come on, read it. Try, do something. Play. It says no disc. Yeah, I got a feeling when this unit was buggered, when it was jammed up like that, it just messed up the mechanism inside of there. I mean, having that spindle wheel completely off and loose inside of there is amazing to me, because that presses a good 1/4 of an inch down on the motor shaft. So to have that thing loose inside of there had to be an enormous amount of pressure, shock, tweaking, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not surprised. Yeah. Doesn't even want to try. All right, folks. Well, I think this one is dead. It needs to go to the graveyard and rest in peace, because there's nothing that I'm going to do here. It doesn't even want to try. I mean, even with it wobbling like that a little bit, it should at least try, but it's not. It's not gonna. Now it says open, but it's not opening. Okay. This one's going to the graveyard. But you know what? It doesn't matter. You know why? Life is good. We'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe. Watch my other videos. Thanks for watching this one. Take care.